Your dog's seizuring. Conventional medication's not working. Your cat's in constant pain. There's an alternative option, but most veterinarians are not even allowed to prescribe it. Imagine a trip to the vet hospital. Come on in, sir. Whoa. Hi, Doc. I brought in Fluffy. He's been seizuring. Those pills, that liquid you gave me to stop the seizure, and they're just not working. Like, is there not like some alternative option, like something natural that's safe that you can give me to stop us from seizuring? Well, Mr. Jones, first, thanks for coming in. Well, with Fluffy, we have tried a number of things. We've tried that phenobarbital. We've tried that potassium bromide. That helps most dogs. I mean, there's a small percent that don't respond. And, unfortunately, there aren't really any sort of holistic natural options that I can be discussing. You mean there isn't anything? There's nothing we can be doing for Fluffy? Like, there's gotta be something, man. I mean, I read about the CBD, this THC. They're doing some studies at some university somewhere, and they're getting really good results. And we can't even talk about that? Like, I heard it's helping a bunch of people. Well, sir, I can't comment on that. There's nothing veterinary-wise that can be discussed. I mean, there's no real research in our animals, and fortunately, there's nothing we can really talk about. So no, that's not an option. Really? I mean, is that something that's really happening now? Is it possible that, veterinary-wise, as veterinarians across North America, they're not allowed to even suggest the use of, medicinal marijuana for our dogs and cats? So that little recreation, I mean, that's something that's happening daily throughout veterinary clinics in North America. Still, as it exists today, in January 25th, 2019, it is still illegal for veterinarians in the United States and in Canada to prescribe medicinal marijuana for dogs and cats. In spite of all the research, all the reported benefits, all the such positive results clients are seeing with their pets, it's still illegal for your veterinarian to prescribe it. The regulations are currently somewhat hazy. In part, I'm producing this video because there's lawyers advising veterinarians to not even discuss the use of medical marijuana for dogs and cats with their clients. What they're saying is that it's still classified under federal law as a Schedule 1 drug, meaning that not only you're not allowed to prescribe it, just by even discussing it with your clients, you could be breaking federal law, making you open to being prosecuted, potentially leading to you like serious restrictions on your practice. I mean, potentially being fined for malpractice, being able potentially, losing the ability to have things such as, narcotics in your practice, anesthesia, which is like crazy. Meaning, even those veterinarians are going on a limb and they're seeing like all these positive results of CBD, THC for their dogs and cats. I mean, there's still so many more that would love to be discussing it, but they can't. I mean, because still federal wise, they're open to huge risk, which makes no sense. And then here in Canada, it's classified in our system as a Schedule 2 drug, which still means it's illegal. It's illegal for veterinarians to be prescribing the use of medical marijuana for dogs and cats. Of anything. Like, there's no legal pathway right now for you to go to see your veterinarian to write a script and go get that. Even though, marijuana has now been legalized in Canada for people, still not for our dogs and cats, which makes like no sense at all. I mean, it just seems so crazy, right? It's okay to get, this array of different harmful anti-inflammatories. You get an array of all these different veterinary medications, the past, rigid FDA scrutiny that now turn out to have a whole pile of serious side effects. That's all okay. You can get all that stuff, but God forbid you talk to your client about using medical marijuana for their dogs and cats, and you face like fines, imprisonment, etc. Clearly, that I do not get. That makes like so no sense. So what do? Unfortunately, if you live in a state where the laws are much more lax, some of those states in the U.S., I think you're going to be able to get marijuana, medical marijuana for your dogs and cats, and maybe that you have to get it personally, but then you can get specific information on how to adequately dose your dog and cat. Likewise, if you're here in Canada, much the same thing, right? You can get access to it, but it's not going to be, being prescribed by your veterinarian. This here is a CBD tincture. Pretty darn benign. There's virtually no THC in it. They're still saying it's illegal for me to be, using this in my dog in Canada. That is like the stupidest law. Freaking one of the many known to man. Look at that. So, I've got CBD, small amount of THC. Been great for my back pain. Tula's got a bit of a limp. Guess what she's gonna get? Said CBD. Look, oh look, it's good for you. You funny dog. Okay, I'm now going to have a limping lass and free dog who seems to like CBD, a little bit of THC as a tincture. Yum. All right. Thank you so much for watching this edition of Veterinary Secrets. If you've yet to do so, I encourage you to get a copy of my free book. You can click the link directly in the box below for more information.